Hi guys, thanks for joining me again and welcome to Rath's Retreat, the wood turning section of my YouTube channel. Just making a few videos showing you a few pieces of wood that I've got drying at the, well actually they're not drying anymore. I regard them as dry. I start finish turning at 12% and these pieces are now at 12%. A couple of weeks ago they were at 16 and 18%, but luckily my shed slash shack slash workshop acts as a small kiln, and it dries wood in the summer very quickly, but not too quickly. It's very good. It's very handy for drying wood in the summer. Right, let's get on. I know all wood turners generally like to look at other people's wood. It's like wood porn. Right, here we go. This is sweet chestnut again. Basically I tried to get all crotch pieces. There is the odd piece that's not, but I did try my best to get the best figured wood. So as you can see, that's going to make a really nice bowl. There's some really nice figuring going off in there. Oh, you can see that on the outside. A little bit rough and ready on the outside. I did have to use my coring gizmo on it, which doesn't leave the best finish, but that's no problem. It's got to be returned, obviously. It's going to make a beautiful little bowl, that. Sometimes, you know, we get a bit carried away in wood turning sometimes. We strive to make bigger and bigger bowls, and you know, when I first started wood turning, you know, the thing that I wanted to do was make the biggest bowl that I could. And you know, as you've been doing wood turning a few years, you realise that that's not always the best thing. You know, sometimes you can get wood in a small bowl like this that'll put a big bowl to shame. You know, the figuring in this little bowl would put a bigger bowl, you know, 10 times its size to shame. So, you know, if there's any wood turners that are watching this that are new to the hobby, you know, you don't have to be turning that big wood. Sometimes the smaller pieces can be just as good or even better, and just as satisfying to make. They'll give you just as much reward. I know we all like to play at He-Man, honking out those great big bowls, and myself, I have made, you know, bowls over 20 inch, but I've also made bowls over 20 inch that have been very boring. You know, a piece of beech, you know, a 20 inch piece of beech, very boring wood. I enjoyed myself honking it out, but to look at it, it was nothing special. Whereas a little bowl like this, it's got plenty going off in it, and it's just as rewarding to make. Right, we'll move on to the next piece. It's from the same piece. The previous piece was just cord out from this piece. It's another crotch piece. It's not particularly visible on here. There's some nice action going on the rim. Beautiful. And also if we have a look, if I can just grab it for you properly. We have a look at that. See what I mean? You don't always have to turn big wood. That's a beautiful. Gonna make a lovely bow. That's sweet chestnut again. Sweet chestnut, if you've never turned it before, I would say it's like a cross between 3 different woods that I've turned before. It's like a cross between beech, oak and London plane, if you know what those woods are. I don't know if you guys in America know what London plane is, whether you've turned it before. That's a nice wood to turn as well. I'd love to drop on a load of that. I don't know why they call it London plane. I can understand the London bit because there's loads of it growing in London. But why it's called plane, I don't know, because it's absolutely beautiful. It always reminds me of Rapala lacewood, but slightly lighter. Anyway, that's what sweet chestnut strikes me as being. It's like a cross between beech, oak and London plane. Right, we'll move on. This piece, again, sweet chestnut, not the most highest figured of pieces, and it has cracked. Unfortunately, some of this wood I didn't have time to put in my special washing up liquid solution. This piece is one of them. Now the chances are, if I had have soaked this piece in my washing up liquid solution for 12 or 24 hours, that this crack wouldn't have happened, even though the pith's still in. If you've never tried that before, give it a try. Washing up liquid, 3/4 washing up liquid, 1/4 water, and a dash of bleach, household bleach, just to keep the microbes down. It works brilliantly. It sounds really stupid, I know, to listen to, but it really does work very well. The idea is that the washing up liquid gets drawn into the cells and the structure of the wood, and then when the wood starts to dry, the water dries up, but the cells are either fully or partly filled with washing up liquid, so they can't completely collapse, which, there's if they can't collapse, then there's less stress put on the wood, which means cracks don't appear. I've been using that particular theory for probably 8 years now, and it really does work. I can get virtually 2 identical pieces of wood from the same tree, from the same part of the tree, not soak one, soak the other, and the one that hasn't been soaked will crack and the other one won't. It sounds too daft to laugh at washing up liquid, but it really does work. And when I first started, I thought, washing up liquid is generally green or blue or whatever. I thought that's going to show up in the wood, but it doesn't. I tend to go for the green washing up liquid, but you'd be hard pressed to detect any green washing up liquid colour in the wood. In fact, you can't really, to be honest. And as soon as you put a finish on, that any trace of it disappears anyway. So give it a try, guys, you'll be quite surprised. It really does work, and it's a lot cheaper than these exotic polymers that you can buy that get absorbed into the structure. But that crack there, You know, some people will be throwing their hands up in despair. That isn't a problem to me. I'll get my Dremel tool in there and widen that out, then burn the edges and make it look like a natural fissure. That small crack there in the knot I will fill probably with either copper or brass powder or bronze powder, so you can make a negative into a positive. Right, moving on. Another deep bowl. This is the now this one has been soaked, and look, there's the pith, no cracks, you see, pith's dead in the middle and no cracks happening. It really does, it sounds too daft to laugh at, but it really does work. Not too much happening in this piece. It's one of the more boring pieces that I got. So we'll quickly move on to the larger one. Again, this one was soaked, and look, there's the pith. Where's the cracks? There is none. You see, it works. There's not a crack on it, look. No cracks, none on the rim. See, that's what it does. It works a treat. When I first heard about it, I was like, don't be so silly, washing up liquid. But it works a treat. There's not a great deal going off in these two bowls, but they're still usable bowls. They'll make somebody a nice present at Christmas. I think I showed you that particular piece of wood before, so I'll put that there. I'll bring this one out. Now then, these are probably the best three of this particular batch. I'll tell you what, I'll end this video here, guys. I've been wattling on, so I'll end it here and we'll look at these next three in the next video. So I hope you'll join me for that. Take care now. Bye bye.